As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be.
Oh man, it's 8 o'clock.
And so that'll make it a.
I don't need the spotlight. I shine just fine.
Hi, I'm Karma, and yes, I am a bitch.
Brav Bros. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Brav Bros, your favorite podcast from the bros for everybody. For whoever wants to listen, I am your co-host, Steele Russell, joined as always by the one and only Flustered McGlustered. What's up, dude?
I'm all right now. I'm not that flustered anymore, but moving sucks. Boy, does it.
Moving does suck. Do you want to let everybody know what your little conundrum was this afternoon?
Yeah, so my conundrum this morning was couch being delivered. Couch did not fit through door. Couch has to go back. Shooter has to get a new couch.
New couch en route.
New couch, hopefully en route. It says it was in stock, so hopefully I'm not just couchless in my new apartment for weeks, because that would suck.
Yeah, we had to delay recording the Valley until today because Shoots is moving. He's getting a little schwanky spot downtown. I'm not going to tell you where.
Yeah.
Don't want to, let them know too much.
Yeah.
Although I kind of do and see if people try to find you.
No, I don't want that.
I won't do that. But, yeah, he's having some moving woes. I will say this, and this is a PSA for everybody out there, because Shooter is a very conscientious mover. You know why? Because he hired a moving company.
Yeah, you got to hire a moving company. Enough of the, come on over, you can help me move a bunch of shit, and I'll give you some pizza and beer afterwards.
Yeah, pizza and beer.
And Steele's also saying this because he has a truck.
Yeah, so
He's always the one.
Yep, I get lumped in every time. It's like, well, you have a truck, and then I'm also a nice person, so I can never be like, no.
Yeah.
And then I'll begrudgingly help somebody move. And it's funny, because one of my biggest pet peeves in the world, other than pajamas in public, is moving furniture.
Yeah, moving furniture sucks, and it's also one of those things where, at least for me, I just want it to be done in one fell swoop.
Yep.
If you get one of your friends who has a pickup truck, you're going to have to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Who wants to do that?
Oh, you've never moved with me then.
Yeah.
I will stack that bitch till it's unsafe, and I'll tie it down with
I'm just
ratchet
thinking of the
straps.
things that I need to put into my new apartment that I need to actually move. There's no chance in hell that we could do it in one trip.
Never
just
know till
wouldn't
you
work.
try.
It just wouldn't. Either way, it doesn't matter because we're not doing that.
Correct.
I've
because
got
you're
people that are going to do it for me, and guarantee you I will still try to help out, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's a nice thing to do. But yeah, thank you for not lumping me into that. But we are here to talk about the Valley. Before we do that, it is the morning of our live show if you're listening to this. And if you're in the DC area, there's still some tickets left. So go to the link in our Instagram bio, get yourself some tickets, come hang out with us, Candace Dillard, Chris Bassett, the one and only Ryan Bailey from So Bad It's Good with Ryan Bailey. I'll tell you right now, it's not Friday morning yet, but I know how I'm feeling Friday morning. I'm gassed up, ready to go, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one snuck up on us.
Yeah, it did.
This one snuck up on us.
A lot going on.
We've had a lot of life stuff going on in a good way, but it doesn't take away from the fact that I love live shows. So I'm so excited to get back up there. The venue, it looks sick. So we're pumped up, DC. So go get yourself some tickets and come hang out with us. Now, let's get down to brass tacks, sir.
Brass tacks.
Brass tacks.
Yeah.
DC, taxes.
DC.
Government.
Government.
Right.
Bills. Laws.
Boo.
Yeah.
Bills. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, not those kind of bills.
Jesus.
Talking about
Yep.
how a bill becomes a
I'm
law.
just a bill. And
Sitting here on Capitol Hill.
Well, it's so long. There we go. Schoolhouse Rock. That's how I learned about the government. But anyway, we are here to talk about the Valley. And once again, great episode. Just a great episode. It's good TV, especially because we're comparing it. You have to compare it to Vanderpump because it's pretty much a Vanderpump spinoff in some ways. So much better.
It's just so much better, and I love it as like a standalone too, because we very rarely end up watching both of them the same night or both of them the same day. We have to watch VPR, and then we record right after, and then we get to have the Valley on its own and just get to enjoy it. And that's the way that I like to view it.
Me too. And you know what the funniest part of this whole setup is?
That
We planned this out before VPR started, assuming that VPR would be such a banger that we needed to get the episode out ASAP, make sure we record it the night of. We could have done without that.
Yeah.
We could have done without this setup.
honestly, they should be flipping the Valley go first and then put VPR after that.
I never thought that this is where we would be. And
No.
tomorrow night, we're recapping the Valley. And so if you're hearing this, we're doing more than that. Don't worry. We're also going to talk a little bit of VPR. We're going to talk some Valley, some Summer House. We're going to kind of mishmash tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But I
Sort
think
of like a State of the Union Bravo edition.
that's exactly what it is. A DC State of the
DC
Union.
State of the Union.
State of the
Bravo. Bravosphere.
I was going to try to work bro in there, but I don't know how. State of the Bronion?
State
That sounds
of
like an onion.
Yeah, that does sound like an onion. That actually sounds like something you might be able to get at Outback Steakhouse.
Come on down, try out the state of the brunion. It's like a bloomin' onion, but with steak. Oh,
That actually works.
I love steak fingers.
Yeah.
We don't have those up north.
I know.
Down south, that you can go to Dairy Queen and get steak fingers, which is fried steak with country gravy on the side.
How about that?
I know. They're everywhere.
How is that steak cooked?
I mean, it's well done.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. When you get like chicken fried steak or country fried steak, whatever you call it, it's always like it's cooked through. It's not
Yeah.
like a piece of like ribeye. It's not the same thing. It's different.
Right.
Anywho,
Totally.
we're here to talk about the Valley. So let's talk about the Valley. We pick up right where we left off at that crazy dinner, and things have somewhat settled down. Jesse removed himself for a little bit, but Jasmine has a confessional, and she's thinking that the reaction that was garnered from Jesse was based on the fact that he is aware, he's on to the rumors.
Yep.
He's not completely dumb and like not knowing what's going on. But the whole thing that gets focused on, which I don't think is the main point here, and I'm not sure why we're stuck on this. I do know why, and we're going to talk about it later, but the whole big thing is that it's not Jesse leaving Michelle. It's Michelle that's going to leave Jesse. It's
Right.
All right, but now we're playing semantics, really. The point of it is that there's something
It's
going
over.
on. Yeah, it's over and there's something going on.
Uh-huh.
But everyone's latching on to what Kristen said. And I think that the basis of this whole episode, for me at least, is going to be that more than one thing can be true.
Yes.
And I think that that is the entire episode. And yet we point the finger at Kristen the entire time. And yeah, she's doing Doute things because that's what Doute does. But at the same time, where there's smoke, there's fire on the other side of this street.
Yeah, and I think Jesse knows that, obviously, because you can even just look at the way that your wife is acting, the way that she's moving around. That we talked about this last week, but the fact that she was poking and prodding him while he was very clearly upset and distraught doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So he clearly knows something's going on if he's even going to say, she's going to leave me within 2 months.
Yes.
Like, okay, you already know something's going on, and as soon as somebody starts spewing out that there's rumors, that they're, protecting the rumors and the secrets that Michelle might have, obviously your mind's going to go to a dark place.
Yes.
So if we look at it that way, we just look at it as we're presented. Jesse knows that there's something going on and he wants to find out, but he also doesn't want to find out because obviously once you do find out and you blow the lid off of everything, it could completely tear down your entire life.
Absolutely.
So maybe just remain ignorant and just hope that things work out. It seems like that's the approach that he'd like to take. I do think that the overlying factor is I think they knew that their marriage was over before the show started filming, and they just said, hey, let's just, we'll film this anyway, get a quick buck.
I would say yes, except for the fact that Jesse goes on to say, my parents married their entire life. My grandparents, they were married.
That's
until the last
factual
day.
for sure.
I agree. I think and you could be right. He could just be putting on a front that he's like trying to be the savior of the marriage. I do genuinely believe that he doesn't want the marriage to fail. However, I think
that he knows specifically what Michelle is doing.
I don't know if he knows specifics.
Yeah.
I think he knows something's up.
Okay.
I think that you get that from later that when we'll talk about their conversation. I think you can tell with the things that he's saying, it's pointed. It's
Right.
not just like, oh, like this, like random stuff. It's stuff that he's been keeping stock in.
Yeah.
So he's clearly on to something going on. I don't think that he knows the depth in which it's happening, but I definitely think that he's suspicious of something.
Yeah.
But with him trying to say that, I want to save this marriage, all of that, if you believe him, which I actually do, I think that he wants to save the marriage. I do believe that, again, I don't think this is all Michelle's fault. I think this is too little too late. Like, you bounced when COVID was gone and you went back out and left her with the kids. So I think that while she's moving in a very shady way now, we can't just say that it's all her fault.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing to me, and you see this throughout the episode, and you saw it last week with Michelle, she's giving a confessional, and they're like, do you know what, secrets Kristen's protecting? She's the worst liar.
Oh
I've
my
ever
God,
seen. She's
dude,
like,
yeah.
I have no idea.
I can't even fathom
Can't
what she
think
might
about
know.
it. I don't know. Yeah, you
You
clearly
do.
do.
You definitely know.
If there was any question of if you knew, now I know for a fact you definitely know. But
Yeah.
her and Jesse give the entire group an ultimatum, pretty much. Like, we're not going to hang out with Kristen anymore. Like, she is either not here or we're not here. You guys figure it out to the rest of the crew. But we move on from there, and this is when we get the Jesse and Michelle conversation at their house, and they're just venting about Kristen. What this scene looks like to me, and this is where the two things can be true. Yeah, Doute's picking apart your marriage. Yeah, Doute's spreading rumors. Yeah, Doute's working behind the scenes, as she always does. But you guys are now like pointing at her as though she's the cause and the root of all the fucking problems. That's not what's happening at all.
And I think that it just feels a lot more comfortable for both of them to pick a villain that's not the other person in their marriage.
Sure.
So it's a lot easier for Jesse to say, "Oh yeah, it's definitely Kristen's fault for spreading these rumors, and they might not even be true. Not your fault, Michelle.
No.
Whatever you're doing over there, all the shady shit that you're up to." And Michelle's looking at Doute like, "Oh yeah, it's definitely her fault instead of my fault or Jesse's fault for doing what he did a year ago." So yeah, it's just very easy to pick somebody else outside of the marriage and blame that. And look, I mean, we know that they're separated. We know that they're heading towards divorce land, if you will. So it didn't work out in the end. So maybe this is just what they needed. They just needed to paint somebody the villain and just make themselves feel a little bit better.
Or the cheating rumors come out and Jesse ends it because of that. The way that Michelle's talking, she goes, "It's so apparent that it's untrue." It's like, what's untrue? What are you talking about? Like, what? You're not believable.
And that's the best part is, yeah, Doute has done this twice now. It started with the whole thing about and now it's both pointed at Michelle. The first one was pointed at Michelle for being a Republican, potentially being a racist. That we know the path of which those rumors kind of spread. And it came down to Doute and she spilled the beans. It wasn't untrue.
No, okay. Well, also, and don't leave her out of it because she's a big part of all of this.
Yeah.
It came down to Doute and Janet.
Yeah.
Janet's playing a role here.
Janet's playing a role here. And she, every week, I feel like Janet steps up a little bit more, and she's trying to hide it. But when your husband's sitting there and saying, yeah, she dropped her full-time job and now her full-time job is gossiping.
Yep.
Yeah, we know what you're doing. We've been able to figure this out weeks ago. So Janet's involved in the first one. She would love to be involved in the second one, and she is trying very hard. But no, this isn't, Doute is messy. We've known this. We've watched her for years. We know this is really how she goes about business when she's not really involved. But everybody keeps pointing to the fact that Michelle told someone. I don't believe that she just told Brittany. She probably told Doute too.
Yep.
And this is now twice that Doute has found something out about Michelle, and she told her immediately.
Yep.
So maybe don't tell people.
Stop
if
telling
you got
people.
things going on, just don't tell anyone.
Yeah, or don't be shady.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Could be that.
Yeah, either or both. But I felt bad for Jesse briefly here. And again, like, he's an asshole. We're not taking away from that.
Yeah, for sure.
But he's like, I think we're getting closer as a result of all of this. Not reciprocated at all.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, whatever. Doesn't really pay attention.
Yeah, she didn't even try. Like it's tough to watch, and I think it's less so feeling bad for Jesse the person, more so feeling bad for like a husband in that situation or a spouse. Depending on what's going on. Watching Michelle in the middle of all of this when Jesse's having this potential, maybe this will bring us back together. We'll be able to team up against Kristen. It'll just be like the old days, Team Michelle and Jesse. And Michelle's like, yeah.
Nah.
Team Michelle and Jesse. Yeah. And he just like smiles and laughs. And it's like, no, dude.
No.
She's being condescending. She's being sarcastic. She's not serious.
Not at all. And this is when you get a glimpse into Jesse's mindset. And this is why it's pretty apparent that he's aware that at least he's suspicious that something's going on because he starts to go through actual evidence as to why. He's like, you say you're going out with your girls and there's no pictures posted. So now I'm wondering like, oh, did you go out with your girls? Because 2-3 years ago, not even every time you went out, there was pictures of margaritas at Cheers or whatever. So that's a little bit alarming. And then Michelle used to get on Jesse for putting his phone face down.
Yeah.
Implying that he doesn't want her to see the text messages. Everyone knows this one. Now Michelle's putting her phone face down.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. Jesse, if you think you're reading too much into that, you're not. She's doing that for a reason, especially if she pointed it out to you.
And especially if she's not letting you like see her phone or posting on social media when she used to post on social media all the time. And it seems like she might still be doing that when you guys are together and you're doing stuff. And then all of a sudden when she's actually out with her friends, she's also posting. So the nights that she says she's out with her friends and not posting, yeah, you can look at that. And it's really funny. I love the face down phone thing is so funny because some people just genuinely do it because you're out to dinner or something. You keep your phone in your pocket or it's on the table and you put it face down because you don't want to be distracted.
You want to be polite.
And you want to be polite. It has turned into such a shady move.
I know.
Because it's like, wait, your phone's right in front of me, but it's face down so that nothing pops up, okay? What are you hiding from me? It's like, I'm just being polite. I don't want it to distract me.
It's so funny because it's gotten to the point now where if I'm out to dinner with people and I notice that someone's phone's face down, I'm like, what's up? It's probably nothing. It's innocuous, but I'm like, hey.
It's just in grabbing reach, and you're also not being distracted by it.
No, I get it.
You, a person who hates when I'm on my phone. So, yeah, you get it.
No, I get it. I leave mine face up, but every time I see people do that, I'm like, and there's nothing going on.
And there's
I'm
nothing
sure.
going on,
No,
yeah.
No, they're just being polite, or they just put it down and it just went face down.
It's like a single friend. And you're like, I know you're not doing anything shady,
but it seems
what
shady.
are you up to?
Yeah, you're up to some weird shit, single guy. But we get to Janet and Jason, and this is where you get to find out that Janet, look, we've seen it
She's
building
reaching,
and building.
yeah.
Dude, she wants, but it is perfect. She is made for reality TV because she also plays the, I don't want to be involved in all of this nonsense, but she's listing
So much stress for a pregnant woman.
Yeah, that's not her saying that. That's
know.
Jason saying that because
She's
Jason
implying it, but yeah, Jason's definitely saying it.
cracks me up because everything she's saying, she's like, she's trying to put it on Jax where she's like, Jax shouldn't be talking about this. And he's spreading rumors and Michelle confided in someone. And what does this have to do with Jax? And like with the cheating rumors about him out there, I think this is just like a flashbang to distract everybody from what's going on with Jax. And it's like, you have put a lot of thought into this.
You put a lot of thought into this, and at the end of the day, you're actually just jealous that Jax knows and you don't.
That's it.
That's all it is. We watched you interrogate Jasmine at the party the night before. You were trying to pull as much information out of her as possible. And yeah, I mean, Jasmine crumbled a little bit and she gave you a little bit of info. You were happy with that, but you're still going to talk about it and everything that she's planning, whether it's talking to Jason and asking if Jason knows anything. And Jason's like, I don't know shit.
Jason doesn't want to be involved.
He doesn't want to be involved. He's like, I've got a full-time job. These people are nuts. Some of them are fun to hang out with, but I'm not getting involved in this gossip. Your full-time job now is gossip.
Well, the funniest part was the setup for that. I thought he took a shot at her, but I wasn't positive because he's like, some people just need like a job or like a hobby. And I was like, I wonder if he meant that for her. And then it goes immediately to the confessional where he's like, she used to have a full-time job. When she got pregnant, she stepped away. Totally fine. But now her full-time job is gossiping.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, so that was a shot.
That was a shot, yeah.
But again, like she's acting upset about knowing. It's like, no, you're not.
You're not upset
that you don't know everything.
Yeah, you're upset that you're not involved in this. You're upset that you're not the keeper of the secrets.
Correct.
That's the real problem here. You don't get to complain that these secrets are just bombing everybody and everybody's going to freak out because now some people know, some people don't. We don't even know if it's true. But what is the rumor?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you don't get to say that it's unfair and then at the end of the day say, maybe if I knew,
I need to know.
I'd be able to figure out if it was true. No, if you knew, you would get on the phone with Zach or something and then keep spreading it and probably change it up a little bit.
And the funniest part is this puts the Republican racist conversation in a whole different light.
Yep.
Seeing her in action, you're like, how much
As soon as she found out,
Yeah.
she was on the phone talking to Zach. I bet you Jasmine probably found out about it. Called Zach. Zach probably talked to Janet, and then Zach also told Doute.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm just saying she's a much bigger player than she wants to let off. We get to a quick scene with Kristen and Luke. They're at the fertility doctor. They've been trying for a while to get pregnant. It's not working yet. So they want to make sure that everything looks good down there. And turns out that it does. So the doctor is like, try again for like 4 to 6 more months. We'll see where you're at. If it's not working, then we'll talk about next steps. But you're not at next steps yet. So I'm sure that's a big relief for the both of them. And it goes to Luke's confessional. And he's saying, this is my future wife. This is the mother of my future child. So again, when it comes to the rest of the group having all of these opinions about Luke and Doute, primarily Jax, which I think Jax is like weirdly either possessive or in love with Doute, one of the two or both. I don't know why he needs to take it upon himself to like, you need to see through the bullshit, Luke. It's like, you are the worst person in the world to have this conversation. I'll save that one for bowling night. But at the end of the day, when you have two people saying that this is what they want, they seem to communicate well together. They did up until this episode. Now that paints it in a little bit of a different light when it comes to like the tougher topics. But everyone else just like fuck off when it comes to like their actual relationship between these two. It's like you say,
kind
they're
of moved
adults.
on because there's other things going on, and they're focused more on Jesse and Michelle.
Until
and
later, now
Jax.
Jax pulls it back up.
I know. Well, that's a little bit different. Where I think they're just like, Doute is causing such a mess right now, and you're going to get thrown in the middle of it. I don't think that was Jax coming to I need to protect Luke.
No, that's Jax trying to stir shit up.
It's him stirring shit up, and it's also him being annoyed that he's not involved. Like, we
Yes.
started that. He had a confessional at the beginning of the
Says
episode
that.
where he sat there and he's like, I just want to yell out, I did it, because I want to be involved really badly. That was just him doing that a little bit later. So I don't even think that they give a shit anymore about Doute and Luke trying to get pregnant, because that's not even a problem anymore.
Yeah,
like,
I
whatever.
I agree. They moved on to the next thing, but then we get Jax and Brittany, and this is probably how the majority of their days are. And it was a bummer because Brittany's not making noise. She's just talking quietly while Cruz is, I think, working with a verbal coach. And Jax is like, shh, shh, you gotta be quiet. Like, he's working. Like, I'm so mad right now. There's too much going on. There's too many distractions, blah, blah, blah. He's just, anything that Brittany does irritates him.
Yeah.
And it's so sad to watch because in a lot of instances, she just wants a partner. She just wants a husband. She just wants to be able to move forward and work on their marriage constructively. And you're with a guy that is simply incapable of doing so and doesn't really want to. He wants to put on this act of, oh my God, I love her. I'm trying. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. At the end of the day, no, you're not.
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck. You're just trying to like save face on TV because you're back in the limelight. You don't want to come off as the asshole because you're on this quote unquote growth journey, which we'll discuss in a little bit. But it's just sad, dude. It bums me out. But Janet and Jason arrive and they're starting to talk about the Doute stuff, and Jax lets slip that, yeah, Doute actually told me about the potential rumors. Janet says, Brittany, you know too. Kudos to Brittany because she is actually a secret keeper.
Yeah.
She's not out here spilling the tea.
She's like, even if I did know something, I'm not going to tell anything about my friends.
Correct. Like, Janet outs Jasmine the minute they sit down. She fucking snitches.
Yep.
Snitches get stitches where we come from.
I just love how the different dynamics are working here. We have Jax is trying to tell Jasmine what he heard so that Jasmine can then go out and find out the specifics and get back to Jax, and then he can blurt it out to everybody.
Yep.
And he just lays that out. He's like, this is what I'm doing. At least he's being honest about what he's doing.
But it's like, I wrote it down. It's the Jax process.
Yeah.
It's literally his process.
It really
He's
is.
like, this seemed like such an easy project. I'm like, wow, you literally look at rumors and shit as an activity.
You look at ruining somebody's life as an activity.
Yeah. How do, like, you set it up a certain way? Like, that's so weird.
It's so strange, but I don't give a shit because it's on TV and it's funny.
Oh, it's great
but
TV.
It's just really funny that he just comes right out and says that, and he smiles about it and whatever. Brittany, on the other hand, does not want to do that, which I don't necessarily believe. I do think that she works like in the shadows, if you will, a little bit better. And I think that's what we saw in the beginning of the season where Jax and Kristen really weren't talking up about the whole Republican thing. They knew about that, and they probably started planting seeds here and there, and they just kind of let it flow. Now they're like, we want to be actively, Jax at least wants to be actively involved. Brittany's still fine being in the shadows, I think.
I agree to a certain extent. The more I'm seeing, the more I'm open to the idea, not giving her full vindication here, but I'm open to the idea that she wants her marriage to work and she's working on her marriage.
Think that's
so
true,
she is taking what Jax is saying. She's like, all right, honey, like, I'll do this for you. Like, we'll make good TV so that we can be closer together, so we can be producers together, all that stuff. So I think that she is doing stuff in the shadows, or was, especially at the beginning
I don't
of the
think she is
season.
anymore,
I don't think she is either. But I think that was her not trying or wanting to get involved in the shit.
Yeah.
But her trying to appease Jax.
Yeah, and now it's Jax is very gung-ho about the fact that he wants to blurt this out.
Yep.
But he doesn't have enough information to ruin the marriage, so he's not going to. And he probably, honestly, if you think about it, why wouldn't he go and tell Kristen, or I'm sorry, why wouldn't he go and tell Brittany to go talk to somebody like Kristen and get more information? Go to talk to somebody like Janet or like Jasmine and get more information about this, and then we can figure out how to do this. I think he probably did go to Brittany, and Brittany wasn't willing to do it.
I disagree.
You don't think so?
No, because she seemed upset that he didn't tell her anything.
Oh.
She seemed bummed out that he had that news and didn't say anything to her.
Interesting.
Not because she wants to let it slip, but she feels like we're married. Why the fuck would
I
you
just
tell me
love
this?
that like their marriage is falling apart, and you're watching how them as a duo, as like a shady duo on a TV show, is also falling apart now.
Yeah, because they're not on the same page. I honestly think that at this point in the show, Jax is full Jax mode, where he is like, I'm the man. I'm the number one guy in the group. This is my rumor to spill. I don't need Brittany. This is my realm. This is what I do, baby, and watch me work. That's what I think he's now, like, in his mind, transcended past that, which is so dumb, but so is Jax. But we move on to Danny and Nia. These two, they need to get off the show. Because they're so
If anything bad happens to them, I swear to God,
I'll be fucking livid.
I'll lose my mind.
They're so nice, and they like communicate well, and they're great parents, and they're working through real issues. Like, her postpartum's kicking the shit out of her, and she's open about it, and she's trying to get through it. She calls her sister-in-law, who apparently had really bad postpartum as well, and gets a really good tip from her and said, hey, if it's still lingering this much at this point, maybe there's more to it. And that clearly helps her out, or at least strikes a nerve with her. She's like, you know what? I think I've been putting it all on postpartum, like baby blues, but this to me,
Maybe the stress of the TV show is getting to
perhaps
you.
like maybe that's part of it, but like just everything that's going on in her life overall, I think she has now given herself a little bit of a break to be like, you know what, maybe there is more here. Maybe
Yeah.
I do need to get into that instead of being like, no, I'm okay. So I think
Yeah, I mean, the fact that she's able to be this open about everything and show everything, like, I know people are going to be like, oh, you know, Danny and Nia, like, they're so boring. They're so, like, cookie cutter. They're just not made for TV. I disagree.
They're perfect.
Because there's so much else going on this show. You do not need another couple to get into the mess. Honestly, the fringe couple right now would be Janet and Jason because Janet is head and shoulders into all the gossip. Jason's trying to hang back. Everybody else is fully in on everything. We get a little bit more of a dynamic when it comes to Danny and Nia, and she's going to be able to share something that's going to resonate with a lot of people, and she's very open about it, so it's great.
it is great, and it's so necessary on this show. I think that
A reprieve.
the built-in
Yeah.
reprieve of those
I mean, it
two.
sucks that she's going through that, don't
No,
get
it's
me wrong.
awful.
But it's a good story and a good reprieve.
It is a good reprieve because you get to see a constructive, healthy relationship in the midst of all of this chaos. And you need that just to take a breather before we dive back into some bullshit,
Yeah.
which is what we do right here. We get Jax and Brittany, and they're going to see an intimacy tantric sex coach.
Correct.
Surprise! Sex coach.
So we were going to a yoga place.
Kind of.
Sort of.
Naked yoga.
Naked yoga, yep, right in front of this woman.
Yep. Let's have some fun. But
Is this your house or your office?
is this
or
the sex room? Like, bro.
Dude, like, this is the thing, is it was Jax's idea to go do it, sure. Don't walk in and start making jokes.
No, you're belittling her profession.
Yeah, like, if you're going to be serious about this enough to book an appointment with this woman, don't walk in and immediately start cracking jokes about it.
That's
Take it
dumb.
seriously.
Take it seriously. And in your confessional, it's such horseshit. He's like, you know, I've been working so hard and this and that, and I've ignored Brittany. I want her to know that I'm trying. You're doing this to show the audience that you're quote unquote
Yeah.
trying. You're trying to look like you're not a huge piece of shit.
Yeah.
Which
It's honestly, it's the move of going to couples therapy and then not telling the truth and just trying to gaslight the therapist.
honestly, yeah.
You're like, I don't really want to be here, but I said I would do this.
Right.
And I'm going to try to, quote unquote, work on this.
Right.
But no, I'm not going to take it seriously.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're seeing. And Brittany opens up, and this is sad, genuinely, because she's like, you know, I don't feel like he cares anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like that stopped a long time ago. What that says to me is it's not the baby. I think the baby's an easy out toward Jack's like, oh, ever since then it's this and that. This to me sounds like maybe it started maybe before that, which has to be hard to process. And even when they do this soul gazing thing where they're sitting there staring, at the end of it, you know, Jax is smiling like an idiot. Brittany looks upset. And I think that in that moment, she's thinking back over the past couple of years and being like, wow, he's not trying. Wow, he doesn't fucking care. And I don't think he wants to care. And to Jack's confessional, he's like, she's my soulmate, I guess. Like, if you're going to fake this shit, at least in that moment say she is my soulmate, period.
Yeah.
Not, I guess she's my soulmate. Like, this is the problem. You're not giving her any kind of real ground to stand on because you're so wishy-washy. And you're really not trying. Trying is not waiting for the show to air and then doing stuff about it.
I also, knowing Jax, he did not actually do his homework on what this was.
A tantric sex coach?
He
No
did
shot.
not think it was a therapist.
No.
He thought it was going to be, hey, this is how you get in the mood.
Right.
Hey, this is a sexual position that you can use and you'll both like it.
No,
That's what he thought it was going to be. He walks in and he has to start sharing his feelings. He's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I guess she's my soulmate.
getting through your emotional issues
Yeah.
to understand how you need to reconnect intimately.
Because if it's one thing that we know about Jax, he's going to gaslight till the very end. If he knew this is what it was going to be, he'd have answers prepared.
He would. He would have had cliff
Because
notes.
he wants to be the guy weeks and weeks down the road when you're still not having sex with your wife. He wants to turn around and be like, we went to that tantric sex thing and I tried.
That was my idea.
That was my idea. I tried. You didn't do anything after that. It's like, you didn't try.
You didn't do shit.
No. Your whole plan, your master plan was to do this so that you could say you tried and you never actually planned on it.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yep. But we move on to bowling with the boys, and we get Jax, Jason, and Luke. And I don't know why this is Jax's job or self-imposed job. I don't know why he needs to be this person, but he is the number one guy in the group. So here we go. He says that he wants Luke to have a come-to moment.
Mm-hmm.
A come-to moment. Why do you need to be the one to make him see through? like what Doute does behind the scenes. Like, why is this your job when you are way worse than she is? And this is where I think that it's more of like this possessive thing over Doute.
It is,
like
yeah.
he's in love with Doute secretly. I don't know what the fuck
He's going to hold
is.
it over Luke's head, being like, I've known her for years. I know exactly how she operates. So let me help you out.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you get on the other side of the table, you get logical lawyer Jason, who's like, look, man, you're in a tough situation. You're defending your wife as you're defending your girl as you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But can you see how some of the stuff she's doing, she's moving in a shady way and it's not conducive to other friendships? And Luke is like still defending her, but also saying like, why are people still defending Jesse? Because Jesse's being an asshole as well. Michelle's being shady as fuck. Like the fact that it's all being, again, two things can be true. The theme of the episode, the fact that it's all being put on Doute isn't really fair.
Nope.
I don't really understand it. Can you put some of it on her? Absolutely. She's
Sure.
causing too much shit. She does need to settle down a little bit. Maybe if Luke and her have a constructive conversation, maybe that'll help. I don't really know. It doesn't seem to later. But again, to put all of the blame on her, I think is insane because we're watching this all shake out. The fact that Jesse had that volatile reaction, that's not okay.
No.
Nobody's talking about that.
No. And it's all the poor Jesse, because this is the thing. Obviously, Jason knows something's up. Jax knows what's up.
Yes.
So he's not going to sit there and put any blame on Jesse, because he's like, what would I do in that situation? Even though Jax has cheated in the past and might be cheating right now, he's still going to look at it like, if Brittany did that to me, I'd freak the fuck out.
Jax is literally gallivanting around with his publicist right now.
Absolutely. So he's sitting there and putting it under the guise of, I know Kristen so much better than you do. I just don't want you to be in a bad spot because I like you. You don't like him.
No.
You've said that you don't like him. So don't tell the guy. And Luke is smart enough to understand that. But Luke is also in the back of his mind like, we can't move on like this where everybody is just hating Kristen.
Right.
Because that's the scapegoat for the entire group right now, where there's a lot of shit going on, but Kristen finds herself in the middle of it. And I think he's just trying to go about how you talk to Kristen to not be in the middle of it, because you know she's going to be involved in the gossip. That's what Kristen does. I think he knows that by now. I don't think that he was quite ready for the whole reality TV Kristen Doute.
I don't either.
And I think this was a bit of a wake-up call to him.
I do too.
But he knows how to handle it now. And you see the tough conversation that they have right after this. But Jax doing this and telling him isn't going to help anything. If anything, it's just going to give him false hope that the guys are going to like him. And Jason's a nice guy. Danny's a nice guy. Stick to those guys.
Yeah, stay away from
Don't listen
Jax.
to a word Jax is saying.
No, because then he goes in this tirade after Jax calls Doute a liar, and Luke's like, you are a self-proclaimed
I
pathological
like that he did his homework.
I do too.
Yep.
He does come prepared. We appreciate that.
He's been watching a lot of Bravo.
Jax, this is always his fucking response. That was 10 years ago. You just got to grow up. Wow.
That's the VPR
Wow.
code.
Yeah.
By the way,
you just got to grow up.
10 years ago, you got to grow up.
Grow up.
It's always 10 years
You're
ago.
right, Jax. You fucking do have to grow up. But this is the funniest part, because I firmly believe that not only Jax, but the rest of the VPR crew believes that this is what makes you a grown-up. Buying a house, getting married, turning 40, and starting a business.
Yep.
That does not make you an adult. It's about your emotional intelligence, your ability to not be a piece of shit, how you treat other people. I think that those are three pretty big ones.
Pretty big ones.
The things that you listed are material, and one of them is just simply being alive.
Being alive.
You're being alive for a certain amount of time. That does
Congratulations. You are now older than the average age of somebody who died in like the 1300s.
Yep. Well done.
You're an adult.
Good
Way to
job.
go.
But you're not a grown-up. And the fact that he's sitting there trying to lecture Luke on what it means to be a grown-up is laughable.
Yeah.
Luke, I'm not really sure what Luke does, but Luke had an entire life before TV. Jax, your whole life is built off of a reality show. You don't even know what it means to be a real adult. You have no fucking clue, pal.
Yep.
And that's evident with how you carry yourself. So I never want to hear one of these conversations again. And we get a montage of him he had the same exact
thing.
conversation with Sandoval.
Yep.
You don't get to lecture people on adulthood.
The funny thing is you are lecturing Sandoval, who's really going through it. And it's kind of funny there because you are actually better than Sandoval.
Yeah.
Sort of. Now you're doing it to Luke, who we don't know. And by the way, we've seen 2 scenes now, bowling and golf. Luke is better than Jax at both.
Yes.
So I would say he's more of an adult than you.
Yeah, bitch.
Being better at golf means you might be a better adult.
Yep, I agree. I don't know why, but that makes sense to me.
Strong equation there.
That's good math. That's boy math.
That's boy math.
Yeah, fuck yeah. But he finishes the scene with, it's not cool anymore to be a piece of shit. And I just wrote down, then what's your excuse? Because you're the biggest piece of shit here, pal. And it's obvious.
His hair's slicked back.
So,
He's slicked back. He's still a piece of shit.
Slicked back, not pushed
Lives
back.
for New Year's Eve.
I really hope that people get these references.
No, they're not.
But after he drags Doute, Jason steps in and says, do you see how Doute is coming for Jesse's family? And again, two things can be true. Yeah, she's stirring up shit where she doesn't need to. It's not really her business, and she doesn't need to keep saying, I'm protecting your secrets. It is a threat. That's what she's doing. She's threatening, saying, hey, tread lightly, Jesse. Hey, tread lightly, Michelle, because I could blow it all up.
Right.
Stop fucking with me. That's what she is doing, and she's framing it as, I'm your friend, I care about you.
Yeah, she is, but if you look at both instances and where she's involved between Jesse and Michelle, the first one, yeah, you shouldn't be blurting out that Michelle is a Republican and potentially a racist and that other people are talking about it. They're, of course, going to go after you. The second one, Michelle and Jesse weren't going after you. That was an intermarital thing.
Yes.
Where Michelle was poking and prodding Jesse to start talking. He freaks the fuck out. As soon as he hits the table, you assume it's about you.
Yes.
That's a guilty conscience.
Ooh.
So now all of a sudden you think it's about you and you start blurting things out. You are in the middle of this all because of what you're doing.
Right.
If you just don't talk about it, or you continue to do what everybody else on the show is doing and just go ring around the rosy and just keep whispering in people's lanes or in people's ears.
Whisper down the lane.
Whisper down the I kind of mixed everything together. Start whispering in people's ears. It might get back to you at some point, but you can just deny it.
But don't do any of that
No.
because it's great TV.
Yeah. No,
Carry
keep
on.
doing what you're doing.
Carry on.
I'm just saying if you want to live a little longer, less stress.
Less stress. But when Jason says that to him, can you see why this is a little bit problematic? I liked Luke's response. He said, yeah, Jesse's response to her sucks. It's unacceptable. It's inappropriate. But I do see where Doute sticks her foot in her mouth sometimes, and maybe we can avoid some of these confrontations. And in his confessional, to sum it all up, he's like, I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. We need to figure out a way past this so we can just get back to whatever kind of normalcy we're going to reach with this group. But I'm done with the nonsense. It's kind of that's what I got from it.
Exactly, yeah.
But we get Danny, Nia, Jesse, and Michelle. They're out to dinner. Danny and Nia are looking for a new house, which is good because, beautiful apartment, but they're on top. Every scene that they're in that apartment, I get claustrophobic.
302?
Like, man, 302 in that place. And then the AC goes out. He wants to move to Santa Clarita. Apparently, that's not a viable option.
Apparently, it's a
LA
million
people.
miles away from LA.
It's a million miles away. So
I love the fact that he's talking to two self-proclaimed real estate moguls.
I don't even know where
Santa Clarita. I've heard of it.
Yeah, quick reminder that Jesse is an asshole.
Yeah. Also, when they did that little map thing, I guarantee you they made it. Let's look it up actually, because I guarantee you they made it look like it was so much further away than it actually was.
I bet it's
really hammer home the point.
I'm going to go ahead and put myself on the line here for any of our Cali listeners. I'm going to say that Santa Clarita is no more than an hour 20 away from LA.
Okay. Let's figure it out. Are we counting traffic?
With traffic, I'm going to say an hour and a half.
With traffic, it is 38 minutes away.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it the entire time. They're making it out to be this huge fucking thing. It is 38 minutes away.
Hey,
it is
whoa.
32 miles away.
How far is it from the valley?
Oh, I don't fucking know. What do I type in for the valley?
Encino? Isn't Encino in the valley? Because they go to the Encino Commons a lot. That's all I know. And the only reason I know that it sticks out because of Encino Man. You remember that movie?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we're just going from Encino, 29 minutes
It's
away.
closer.
It's closer. So, yeah, you might not be less than, 35 minutes away from downtown LA, but you're closer to the valley.
If you're going to be a real estate quote-unquote mogul and your house
And you don't
screams
know where
aspirations,
28 minutes away? Yeah, no, fuck you. I knew that they were just being condescending
It's so
assholes, too.
dumb.
I'm so happy I looked that up.
You know what? And also, if you can get a fucking big house with a yard and a pool for 1.3 mil instead of a $3 million house
Three
that's
times,
smaller,
yeah. Yep.
that's called being smart with your finances, moving a half an hour away instead of being an idiot and buying a more expensive house so you
And
can stay
also,
relevant.
Hey, as much as we love you, Dana and Nia, you need to get off this show. So if you get out of the valley, get off the show.
Please say just
And
they're
please
so
don't
sweet.
replace them with Lala and Sheena.
Oh no,
Sheena and
Oh,
Brock.
Fuck, dude. If Sheena and Brock come,
They
to this
take the
show,
one shining light of this show away because they move outside of the
our
valley.
beautiful Danny and
Our
Nia.
beautiful Danny and Nia, and they're 3 under 2, and all of a sudden they plug in these assholes. No, I'm out.
I think I would be too.
Oh God.
I want to just see what they're doing, but this is where they start to go back in on Kristen. Kristen's attacking our family, and people warned me about Doute and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yes, okay, fair warning. This is kind of Doute's shtick. This is what she's going to do. We know that. You're finding out the hard way. I get that part of it. You're causing this much of a stank because you know that you have skeletons in your closet. You know there's shit hiding in the background, and you are terrified that it's actually going to come out. I guess that's why I'm more surprised at the approach. You would think that she would try to like smooth it over. Doute's not going to go away. Jax certainly will not go away.
Nope.
Once he sinks his teeth into it, it's a ticking time bomb on when this is going to show up. And by the way, say what you want about him. He has good timing when it comes to when should I drop the bomb.
Yeah.
He drops it
That's
at a
the
very
one thing that Doute does not have.
No, she'll drop it randomly.
She'll drop the bomb a day after
Well, she
finding
gets
out.
pissed off and she says it.
Yes, immediately.
Jax
And
will wait.
on a show like this, you're going to be pissed off a lot. So I do wonder when it comes to Jax, do you think he's like, oh shit, Kristen's upstaging me? She's involved in all of this? Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I would
But
imagine.
at some point, and that's going to be, I think, the turning point of the season, Jax is going to be the one to drop a bomb, and everybody's going to freak the fuck out.
He will.
Yeah.
He has to. Like
he has
can't
to. It's
get
his
through the
show.
season without cheese. But Nia doesn't have time for this, and I'm glad. And she speaks up. She's like, "Look, I have so much shit going on in my own life, dealing with postpartum, trying to get through this downtime that I'm in right now. I do not have the bandwidth for this bullshit."
Right.
And this is a really good glimpse into the psyche of Nia, because even as she's saying that, she goes, "It's nothing to cry about." And I just wrote down, "Girl, you cry. You let that shit
do
out.
what you gotta do.
You do what you gotta do, because you don't have to be so strong. It's amazing that you are so strong, but like." I'm glad she spoke up and just said, like, dude, leave me the fuck out of this. I have real life stuff going on, not reality TV bullshit that you got yourself into with, again, Michelle, you're a terrible judge of character.
Yeah.
The two people that know are Jax and Doute, the two people that should not know. So this is on you. That's 100% your fault for being shady, one, and two, telling those idiots. So good job. But we get to the last scene, and that's Jax and Brittany, and they're going on an overnight date. So they called Janet and Jason over to babysit Cruz for the night. Kid's a handful.
Kid's a handful.
Kid's a handful. Rule number 1 in Bravo, leave the kids out of it. I'm going to leave it there. The kid's a handful. I think it's a good moment for those two. Maybe a little glimpse into like Crash Course and what it's going to be like when they have their kid.
Yeah.
The holding babies comment was slightly alarming.
Yeah.
It's not a business thing, and the upside downside I didn't agree with. The downside is, yes, you dropped the baby. That is the downside.
That is the downside,
Definitely.
specifically.
The upside's not just holding a baby. There's more to it, I would hope. And hopefully when he sees his baby, that'll change.
I hope.
It's not a business transaction. That didn't love that. That's all I'm going to say on that one. But before they get to the date night scene, we do get Luke and Doute, and they have their tough conversation. And you can tell it's going to be heavy right out of the gate. Doute even says that. He's like, can you come over here and have a little chit-chat with me? And he starts off hard because people don't really want to be around you. It's like,
sometimes it's hard to hear the truth.
yeah, he could ease into it a little bit. I don't know if he,
I don't think he's ever really had to have this type of conversation before.
I don't know if he has that much tact when it comes to things.
Definitely not.
He doesn't really know how to, like, even when he's talking to the boys earlier, it's 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Like, he just kind of gets into things immediately.
I hope he learns to kind of rev it up a little bit, but
I don't know.
I don't know if he
have
ever
no
will.
idea, man. I
Yeah.
have no clue. But he gives an example of how Doute triggers people. He's like, I never said that Jesse's going to divorce Michelle in 6 months. What I said was Jesse doesn't see it lasting for more than 6 months. Can you see how switching words around gives a different implication? And maybe let's try to not do this anymore.
Yeah.
She's not, I think that she's so upset that they're having this conversation and feels attacked by Luke. I don't know if they've ever had a conversation like this, which is
probably
like,
not. That's what I was
surprising.
saying. Like he was not ready for reality TV, Kristen.
I don't think so either, but I think that it's almost a positive that Luke in his confession was like, this is the low point in our relationship. I'm like, if this is the bottom for you guys, then shit must have been pretty
Good for
great
you,
up until
yeah.
now. Yeah. If like a tough conversation about her not spreading lewd and lascivious rumors, is it lascivious? I think I got that right.
Yeah, I think he
I
did.
don't know. But if that's the big thing, is like, can you not spread rumors about people so you don't get dragged into nonsense? Is your toughest convo? You guys are doing okay, I
Pretty
think.
good.
They're doing pretty
Doesn't
good.
have a lot to do with you guys.
No, it sure doesn't. But Kristen immediately goes on the defensive when it's her turn to talk, and she says they know exactly what they're doing, and if they have skeletons in their closet and blah, 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 and this is the two things can be true. Yeah, you're right, but you don't have to be the one to pull it out. That's what he's trying to say, and he's also trying to say every time that it comes to like a tough conversation or you taking accountability, it comes down to okay, I understand, but, or I'm sorry, but. Yeah. And even in this scene, she goes, I'm not going to say but. However, it's like, that's the same thing. We're playing semantics now. And they're not on the same page here at all. And I think that it's because Doute's so hurt that Luke is saying these things, but at the same time, in a good, healthy relationship, either one of them, boyfriend or the girlfriend, should be able to say and check somebody and be like, hey, this isn't a great look. I want you to make sure that you understand how this is coming off.
And I think it makes a lot of sense that even in his confessional, he's saying, look, I want to have Kristen's back 24/7, but she makes it really hard.
Yes.
Like she puts herself in situations that she doesn't need to be in.
Correct.
And she does that automatically. And there's a couple different reasons as to why she might do it. I think the first time around, she did it because she wanted to, and she wanted to stir shit up. I think the second time around, she thought that Jesse was going after her, so she just did it. And I think that's the thing is Luke wants her to just recognize when you need to do things and when you don't need to do things. And I think that's a common ground that we can probably get to. And I think that Luke can be a good influence on Kristen because that's the thing. We don't want Doute to stop doing these types of things.
We don't.
But if she gets better at it, because Luke is trying to temper it, that's even better.
Wait, I love the idea of her and Luke getting on better terms as not her stopping the behavior that's causing a rift. It's getting better at hiding it.
Get better at hiding it.
That's not healthy.
This is the evolution that I want. Get better at hiding the secrets and delivering them at the right time.
That's still
Don't just blow up. Yeah, I don't give a shit. It's a great TV show.
I agree.
I don't have to live with her.
I'm just saying it's funny to me that you're rooting for that.
Yeah, I'm rooting for that. Yeah. I'm rooting for the TV show. I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, man. But, it ends on kind of a somber note because this is not the Kristen I know. And he also says, if this is going to continue to work, and that throws a wrench into Kristen, she's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So
he doesn't mean the relationship. He means you on this show and with these people.
I don't know.
I don't think he means the relationship.
I think that it was just a generalized if. I don't think it carried that much weight. I think it hit Doute much harder than he had intended it to.
But you know what, though? When she's hearing this, and we both identified that Kristen is not having a great time listening to this and was not expecting this, I think she's looking for words like if. She's focused on that because that immediately takes the pressure off of her. We're sitting down and we're talking about your behavior right now. As soon as Luke says something that she doesn't like, then all of a sudden you can flip the script and go after Luke.
Correct.
Which she didn't really do.
No,
she did that in her confessional.
Yeah.
And that's way more than we've seen Doute do in the past.
I agree with
in the past, it's an immediate blow up and a turnaround.
Yeah.
Now she's like, I'm going to continue to listen to you and let you explain what you mean by that. But in her confessional a couple weeks down the road, she's like, he said if, and I freaked the fuck out.
Well, maybe there was some growth there. Who knows?
I think there is, yeah.
Who knows? But
I think they're in a good place. I think the show and
like they're in a good place.
Reality TV Kristen is just rearing their ugly heads.
Look, it's going to happen. And that's what's making this show great.
It is.
But we get back to Jax and Brittany on their date night, and they got a penthouse. They hired a private sushi chef, which looked awesome. Anytime I try to say sushi chef,
Sushi chef.
But this is supposed to be a romantic night where they're able to get away from the kid, have a little time to get back together, reconnect. I don't even know why the fuck he started talking about the bar. Like, you should have left all business aside. Make this about her. Focus on her. You keep claiming that you're putting her first, and yet every time it comes to do that, you fucking fall back on it because you're incapable of doing so because you're so
annoyed
fucking
by
selfish.
her. Yeah.
And you're annoyed by her. And that's not her fault. She's trying. What she's doing and asking for is a very normal thing for a spouse to want in a marriage. And you're acting like you don't have the time of day to do it. And everything clicked for me, dude. Everything clicked when they're talking about the bar opening. He's like, I'm going to be there 3 days a week. I'm like, that's why you opened a bar. You wanted a place to hang out and get the fuck out of the house.
Correct.
That's what Jax, that's what it's all about.
It's the same thing as him saying that he's going to open it early. You got to be open for NFL Sundays.
So he can go hang out
in LA on NFL Sundays. You don't have to be open on NFL Sundays. People in LA don't give a shit about the NFL.
We went to a sports bar in LA to watch football. Yeah. There was 4 people there.
We were the only ones watching.
And that was the
only... just happened to be there for lunch.
And my brother is a foodie and a sleuth when it comes to that shit. So he's going to find the best football bar in the area. That was the best they had to offer. That Eagles bar we went to afterwards wasn't as bad.
No. But
you know what? A little bit more packed.
Where we were, further away than Santa Clarita.
You're damn right. You're damn right. But they start talking about having more kids and Jax Taylor in his confessionals claims to be a family man. He is grown up. He is matured.
Jax Sandoval. Whoa.
Sandoval.
Jax Taylor in his confessionals is putting everything first. Jax Taylor talking to the boys, putting his family first. He grew up.
Yep.
Jax Taylor talking to his wife. No.
No, because he doesn't have time for it because he's annoyed. And this was such a fucking low blow, dude. It's such a low blow to say, if we have another kid, I'm afraid that Cruz won't have the attention that he needs working through his verbal issues, working through just growing up, whatever the fuck it is.
On the heels of saying that you don't want to be home.
Right.
So you want your son to have a good life? You want your son to have the attention,
bar.
but you want to be at the bar?
Yeah, it doesn't make
What
a
are
lot
you
of
worried
sense
about?
to me.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And Brittany gets upset, understandably so. And she's like, I give everything for my kid. He's the most important thing to the world to me. Our family's the most important thing to the world to me. You may not like Brittany, like the general audience may not like Brittany at certain times, but you can't deny that she gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Like she's trying here, and she starts to cry. And he says, here you go. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? Because you're questioning what she values in life when you yourself don't have any value.
And you're belittling everything that she does. You're not even saying, I want you to take care of the kids and I'll go out and provide. You're not doing any of that. You're just saying you don't leave the house.
You're trying to say that.
Yeah.
That's the funniest
That's
part.
what he's trying to
But
say,
the funniest
which is also not
fucking
great.
part, it's not great and it's not true.
Yeah.
You are not the breadwinner.
Uh-uh.
You don't make more than she does. She is the one that makes more. She just doesn't throw it in your face because she's a nice person. You're an asshole. And
He's
you
already
have to,
coming back on what he talked about a couple of weeks ago, where he said, I want to bring my wife in because I watched Schwartz and Sandy's fall. I watched Tom fall. You know what the problem was? They didn't bring their spouses into it. I'm going to learn from their mistakes. You didn't. You never were going to. This was never your plan all along. All you really wanted was a little bit of input from here and there, and then you can appease her by saying, hey, you were involved in this.
Yep.
This is your bar too. It's not. You want her at home with the kid, because you don't want another kid, because that's going to take away from your social life. You didn't grow up.
And it's so funny to go to this confessional where he's like, Brittany thinks it's all butterflies and rainbows and that money grows on trees. Like, I got to work. It's like, you haven't been.
Yeah.
And I'm so fucking glad she said it. I'm bummed that she kind of pulled back a little bit. She's like, you don't even do anything. Thank you.
Yep.
Exactly. So you don't have to take this shit from him. I know you're trying to make this work, but you are the provider.
Yep.
You make the money.
You're letting your partners go handle the bar.
Yeah.
You show up every once in a while because you're in a group chat and you pick out people that are supposed to work there. They didn't even want you there.
No, and you
They
checked
wanted to
out
pick
their
out the-
boobs because
Yeah.
they're not wearing bras because
Exactly.
you're a scumbag.
So you're not doing anything. All you're doing is letting the kids be watched by a nanny, by Brittany's mom, and then going out with the boys. Even while Brittany was away and she was down in Malibu with the girls, you still went out that night with the rest of the guys and let your kids stay home. So you're not even doing that much when she's away and when you're supposed to be doing things. And as soon as she comes back, you just nag on her the whole time. So it just doesn't make any sense.
And he wants to play hurt puppy dog.
Yep.
Now he wants to be like, that is such a mean thing to say. I can't believe you would say that. Like, that is so low, blah, blah, blah. And then she immediately retracts. And that's where you see, right? That's where you see that she's doing whatever she can to try to make this work, to try to appease him, even in a moment where she finally says some truth. And good for her. You deserve to fucking say that to him. It sucks that you felt the need to pull back, but I understand where you're coming from.
Right.
And he fucking takes it a step further. This was so funny. This is just a perfect picture of who Jax is and who he thinks he is. Because he goes, you don't see the house we live in? Motherfucker, you paid the same amount.
Uh-huh.
And if we actually looked, I have a feeling she was trying to help him save face. Bet me she paid more. Bet me
I'm
she
sure.
did. Because she makes more money.
Yep.
She makes more money. So, hey, Jax, don't bite the hand that feeds you, bitch. Shut the fuck up and be nice to your wife.
He's got the same energy as, I bet you, a couple, if they stayed together and they end up staying together, I bet you like a year or two down the road, they get into the same type of fight and he goes, whose bar do you think it is? Whose name is on this bar? And I bet you that Brittany is doing more work for the bar than he is at that point.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yep.
Guaranteed. He's going to show up and get drunk.
Mm-hmm.
We've
seen
seen
it.
what he does already.
Yeah.
He sits there and talks
With
shit
a
about
microphone
Vanderpump.
and talks about Vanderpump, and then during his own show talks when other people are on the screen, and then as soon as he's on, he goes shh. Shh.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like that whole scene to me again was like, dude, you just got back on TV and now you're going to rat out Bravo for having scripted parts?
Yep.
You think they're going to like that? He's incorrigible
Incorrigible
and an asshole.
and an asshole.
But let's get to some questions.
We got a couple of questions here, and I'm going to start it off with our boy, Outdoor Los.
Los is back.
Los is back. I'm sure he's going to say that he's going to the DC show, and he's not.
Liar.
Liar. He says, "Am I disgusting for thinking Luke is the hottest guy on the show?"
Whoa, interesting take.
Interesting
I don't
take.
think- hey, there's a lid for every
Hi,
pot,
Danny.
pal.
Yeah.
Lid for every pot. So
Me
no.
personally, I say Danny, but that's just because he's a great dad, great husband.
Yeah, I'm attracted
I'm
to his
attracted to that.
personality.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But no, you're not weird. I would like to actually. We did this before. I said let's do a poll on whether Balloon Guy Joe's hot.
Yeah.
A lot of people answered in the comments. Another poll: is Luke hot?
Okay, there we go.
Are you Team Los or not?
Liza Bean says, "Thoughts on the rumors of no reunion? I'm confused. I saw rumors that there were reunions, like
There
a couple
were
parts.
plurals.
Yeah,
I'm not going to speculate.
I don't know yet. Yeah, I mean, if they didn't get a reunion, that would suck. Like, what's the point?
I don't know. I can't.
The show's
imagine,
doing so
dude.
well, and they can
The
just
ratings are better than Vanderpump,
and they can do whatever the hell. Yeah, they are, and they can do whatever the hell they want. Like Martha's Vineyard wasn't getting a reunion, and then all of a sudden they were. They can add this on the end whenever they want. I think it's just that they haven't recorded it yet. But it's also only episode 7. So if there's
Is it really?
this was episode 7.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
I know, doesn't it feel like we've been doing this for so long? Well, 7 weeks is a long time, but
Not in the Bravo scheme
not in the
of
Bravo
things.
world. Yeah,
But I hope. Fuck, this is the
probably
first.
like
You know
12.
why? It's probably because it's so good that we're just like along for the
Enjoying
ride.
it. Yeah, interesting. Lauren 3D said, "I've seen posts that Zach's hair is a wig. Does that explain a lot?
We would feel very
One
bad.
hell of a wig.
It's a great wig. I would feel horrible if it was, and he needs to wear one. That would change.
I don't think it's a wig. I think it's just people just trying to figure it out because it is the biggest mystery.
We've already solved it.
Yeah,
It's a helmet.
it's a helmet.
And look, you got to be cautious in those streets of LA. So he's
I
wearing
bet
a
he
helmet.
rides a little Vespa around.
Oh, he probably does the bird scooter.
Oh,
around
yeah.
the city. So
Yeah.
he always has a helmet. That's it. Because it looks like he may be not wearing a helmet, but
Yeah.
he is wearing a helmet. But it's a fashion forward helmet with hair.
That's a good point. And then we've got a lot of questions here, so this is kind of just the overhaul of what we'll do last.
Pick one person to name for it.
Uh,
They get all the credit. Anyone else that asked it doesn't get any credit.
the Bravo investigator.
Okay, you get the
Love
credit.
that.
This is your question only.
Their question is, do you think Luke has reservations about Kristen now that he sees her true colors?
I don't think he has reservations. I think that there's definitely, he strikes me as a guy that's not afraid to have a tough conversation.
Yeah.
So I imagine there'll be more tough conversations. He also strikes me as somebody that he does genuinely seem to love Doute.
He does.
So I think that that is more a point of emphasis. Hey, we need to work on this. I don't think it's, oh shit, get me out of here.
Yeah. No, I agree with all of that. I think that we see it in the confessionals where he says, "This is my future wife, the mother of my children." So he's fully in. Obviously, he just has to weather the storm. And I think that he can be a good person for Kristen to be with.
I do too.
Compared to what we've seen in the past, he can be a better partner to Kristen because he can help her through this and maybe just get her to, stop putting her foot in her mouth in front of people at the wrong time.
I think that,
Do it at the right time.
and I think that their conversation, if you look at it, actually shows you, because she was a little dismissive, but somewhat receptive. As you said earlier, that's not a Doute we've really seen before.
Yeah.
When she has conversations, they don't usually go that way if she doesn't agree with them. So
Right.
I think they're all right.
And also, last thing, shout out Rachel Mikolas. Rachel Mikolas. She was rolling on the floor laughing during our bubbly burst ad. Thank you, Rachel. And she also said, also best wishes on your DC show.
Hey, thanks.
She'll be at the Boston one.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we get to start promoting that bad boy
Oh,
soon.
yeah, we do.
But that's a good reminder. If you're still listening, go get yourself a show ticket. A ticket
show
to our
ticket.
show. Get a show ticket to our show in DC, yo.
Don't change it now.
What?
You just try to recover?
No, I was just adding to it,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Ayo. Bros right here.
Later.